Thank you for joining us. I'm very excited about this because this is the first time I'm doing it. So, Lauren and Fatima have agreed to be I don't want to say guinea pigs, but they're my pioneers.
I don't mind guinea pigs. They're cute.
Okay. All right. Good, good, good. Because, oh, Melanie, thank you. I was just telling them I got my hair flat ironed. All the curl is gone for a couple of days. And Melanie, a wonderful teacher. Caitlin, wonderful teacher. I'm looking to see what other teachers do we have with us. I like to give a shout out to our teachers. And Melanie and I are going to be doing Ask Your Guides later at 7 p.m. Eastern time. We're excited about that too. We're doing a special opening meditation during that for the fires that are happening in California because we want to send them, some love and some prayers. Hi, Julie. Hello, everybody. Welcome, everybody. So, yeah, we are going to be doing 52 weeks of journaling. I get so many questions from people who say, oh, I want to journal, but I don't know how, or I don't know what to do. And I thought, rather than saying just, open up a book and write. Every week, we're going to have different guests with us who are going to talk about different ways of journaling, talk about music for journaling, even drawing. Some people like to doodle. Some people love scripting, which is something I love as well. And I don't always journal in the same format. I switch it up. I keep it interesting. I love journaling. I know some people find it hard to journal. And I thought by doing these every week, we could help everybody get into the journaling practice if they want to. If they're in it already, they can join us. So I'm very excited. I've got Lauren and I've got Fatima, and I know a lot of you know them, but I'm going to let them introduce themselves. And I'm going to start with Lauren.
Okay. Hi, I am Lauren G. Foster. The G stands for Gabrielle, but you can always just find me with the G. I have been a teacher here in Insight Timer for several years. I'm a happiness coach and spiritual mentor, and the Happy and Free on Purpose Life course here in Insight Timer this is a very good time of year to have a look at that. It's just about crafting your life the way you want, being in charge of your perspective, being in charge of your outlook and crafting your life the way you want it. And I also am live at sunset every new moon and every full moon here on Insight Timer. And we do a 3-card tarot reading. We can take all of your questions for me, for spirit, for the cards. And then we have a spirit-led meditation. This is my sweet charge bear in here. He's trying to tip my desk over. So if you see me disappear, that's what happened. The dog went, boop. Um, so yeah, you can join me around sunset wherever I am. So it's going to be about 4:15, the next full moon. And if you click follow on our profiles, stay in touch with Violet. She'll help you find us, and then you get a notification when we're going to be live.
Yes, and I
That
want to say, Lauren, I used to watch you when you used to do journaling. I think you were like, it looked like you were in your attic years ago when you were doing that. I used to watch you all the time.
Oh, really? Yeah, back in my
Yes,
little cabin in the States. Yeah, I had a
yes,
little
yes.
loft up there. Wow, that's so cool.
A
Thank you.
beautiful loft. And I remember you used to do these beautiful rituals, and I used to watch you and journal along with you. So I'm excited that you're here because, yeah, I meant to tell you that. I never mentioned that to you that I used to watch you all the time.
Thank you. That's awesome. Yeah, because sometimes we feel like we're all alone here, just talking into a void. And
This is why I love inviting people because I do feel alone.
yeah, so it's like to know that there really are actual real life human bodies on the other side is that's very, very gratifying. Thank you for telling me.
Oh, you're welcome. And Fatima, please introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Fátima. Thank you so much, Violet, for this opportunity. I'm from Portugal. I'm a sound healer. I'm a musician for more than 20 years already, and I am a music producer. So I love composing, playing, and I'm also a mentor. I use tuning forks for chakra alignment sessions, and I have sound baths every Sunday here now. From now on, we have the first one this Sunday with the full moon, and I also do every 2 Mondays the tuning folk session in group. so everyone can receive that vibration. And my work is around uplifting people's vibration through the sound and the vibration. So, yeah, thank you so much, Violet.
And you have such beautiful music. Someone else who I've been following for your beautiful music, because I love to use music when I journal. And I'm gonna let Lauren is gonna, well, let me explain what we're doing. Lauren's gonna pull a card. She's gonna do a little invocation ceremony as well. And we're gonna journal for about 5 minutes to Fatima's music, which I'm gonna play through OBS. And then we'll come back and we'll do a little chatting too, because I saw some questions already, like Inga said, I find it hard to stick to. We're going to address all those questions that you might have, how do you stick to it? What can you do? How can you change it up? So, and also Lauren, Caitlin wanted you to put the name of your course. Was it your course?
Yes, it's
She's,
happy and free on purpose. I can't type on my phone. If I let go of this dog, he's
oh,
gonna computer over.
yes, I got it. Happy and free on purpose. Yes,
Happy
I
and free
got it.
on purpose life course. Yeah, that's the one.
I put it in there.
Okay, very good. Okay, so this is just a very simple mind, body, spirit little, just we're just going to do this 3 times. I just learned this recently from a Qigong teacher that the first we're going to bring our hands to our heart and think, look at this dog. Do you see him? He's wants so much attention. So we're going to think of smiling from our heart from here and forming this connection with our heart. And then we're going to bring our hands to our crown and imagine our divine connection coming into our bodies. And then just circle your arms around and imagine that you are creating a space that is safe, that is for you to spend sacred time for this next half hour together, tending to your soul, tending to your spirit, and deep and sacred self-care. Okay. And so we'll inhale on the way up and exhale on the way down. And we'll just do this 3 times together. Okay. Ready? All right. This time. Right. And when you've completed all 3, just bring your hands back to your heart. And then just take a couple of breaths and imagine your connection to the earth. So we have our divine connection. We have this open energy field. And now feel the support and love and structure of Mother Earth from the other direction. And again, smile. Smile from your heart. And get ready for sacred time. Okay.
That was beautiful.
Okay. All right. So we are using the Sacred Rebel deck today, and we've drawn an amazing card to journal with. I'm really happy. It's called Going Beyond Normal.
And I see purple.
Yay! In honor of Violet. All right. So do you want me to do the reading that goes with this card?
Yes, please.
On the path of life, there are deciding moments where we can choose to go with the mainstream, or we can dare to take a bolder, more authentic, and trusting way, even if it seems riskier or less safe. To rely solely on logic and science without incorporating the mysterious and magical is a recipe for an existence that is far too dry. The sacred rebel within our hearts will always choose a juicier approach to life. You are currently approaching such a choice point. You could say that the choice is about balance. It is less about choosing to honor either art or science, gardening or agriculture or architecture, and more about integrating all approaches so that you enhance rather than hinder your life journey. Placing science or architecture above all else kills off the rebellious heart. Steadfastly relying on logic, proof, and a complete set of plans to measure and dictate outcomes will suffocate the soul. Basing decisions on limited factors with an imbalanced measure of success is unnecessarily limiting. This approach prevents us from living freely, spontaneously, and with trust so that we can rebel against the need for things to go strictly according to plan. Choose to value decisions based on passion and instinct, and trust in life enough to embrace it as an adventure and let it unfold as it will. There's a time and place for logic, strategy, planning, and measurable outcomes. These are not bad tools to have, but we must be vigilant not to worship them or allow them to quash our less rational but equally valuable decision making tools, intuition, feelings, and those things you know without knowing how you know, right? The flowing inspirational energy of the heart may have no conceivable basis in logic or reason and still be uncannily accurate. To remain rebellious, we must not sacrifice the art of emotion, instinct, passion, and intuition for the science of logic and strict planning. On the other hand, gardening and art do provide us with a plan, albeit more loosely held. This plan still requires us to set aside time, to draw upon reliable methods, and to prepare with certain tools. However, there's also a healthy dose of organic flow, responsiveness, and trust in the creative process of bringing something to life. This leads to the cultivation of the most beautiful, abundant, and successful garden and the most vivid healing art. You are being asked to stay open to the intuitive approach in your life, your work, your creativity, as well as in your spiritual journey. The intuitive approach can be likened to the method of a gardener or an artist. There's a sense of what might work where and a loose or even a detailed plan, but how the plan is carried out will depend on and respond to the flow of its surroundings. There's no need to control the situation, but rather a desire to nurture an idea to fruition. You may have pressures around you from the world or from your own conditional nature to do things according to the rules, to a deadline, or to the accepted mainstream view that you need a well thought out plan for success in a commercial venture. However, sometimes the best plan is to do what feels intuitively truthful in the moment and to trust that you are being led towards your own growth. Adopting this approach means you have to do far less planning and far more living. It's a pure and a heart centered way to manifest your art, your life path, and your essence into practical expression in the world. It involves a willingness to be led by nature instead of trying to control the powerful force of life, which is a bit like trying to fit a proverbial ocean in a teacup. It's far more intelligent to allow the ocean to be the ocean and to learn to swim in it rather than trying to cram it into a vessel that is much too small. This oracle brings us a special piece of guidance. We're moving outside of the plan. We're living on the border of what is socially acceptable. This is good. This is fringe dwelling freedom. Others might not see this about you straight away as you seem pretty normal, but that secret eccentric streak is just waiting to show itself. And maybe you are an out and proud fringe dweller, completely comfortable with this way of being. Either way, this oracle brings you the message that you now have a chance to live from the heart more deeply and expressively than ever before. It wants you to realize that this is a legitimate, empowered, and creative way to live that honors all of who you are. You can give up forcing or squashing yourself down into a very limited set of so called desirable qualities like intellect and control. If you are yet to relate to this consciously, this oracle brings you the further message that you're going to be breaking with tradition. Perhaps not entirely, but at least in a way that is meaningful to you. This will require you to have courage in your convictions and faith in your heart truths. This will help you and inspire others around you to step out of fear and live more freely and lovingly. You are not necessarily meant to abandon logic and intellect altogether. You are to use them to serve the desires of the heart rather than to replace its naturally spontaneous and truthful nature with controlled planning and narrow strategy. It's time to get a bit wild and let nature take its course. I
Ooh, I
love
love that.
that. Me too. Yeah.
And I feel that is also very connected with the song that you are going to play, Violet, because when we speak about the mainstream, going with the mainstream or going bolder, when we think about the rain, and maybe I can already reveal, right? When we have the
Yes.
rain, we have so many beautiful blessings. We don't know where the rain is going to fall. We don't know what is the direction the water is going to take. We don't know exactly what it's going to clean, if it is going to clean, depending on where it goes. And the touch of the rain also on ourselves and the way we can feel. You know, when she said, the best plan is to do the first intuitively truthful in the moment. The first touch of the rain, what are you going to do? Are you going to feel wet? Are you going to feel happy? Are you going to feel excited because you are getting wet? You know, it makes me think the kids playing on the puddles, right? Because it comes from the rain.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Beautiful.
I'm not hearing you, Violet.
Oh, I said, yes, that's beautiful. Sorry, I was whispering. So I want Lauren and I want Fatima to give us 2 journaling prompts, and we'll put them in the chat. And we're going to play a little music so that you can journal for about 5 minutes, and then we're going to come back and I want Fatima to talk about the musical aspect, because we're going to play her track, which I put in the chat. It's relaxing piano and rain sound. And I listened to it the other day and I was in love, because I love the sound of rain, water in general, and with piano music, which is my other favorite thing. So the two of them together to me were just mesmerizing. So that's why I picked that track. So I'm going to let the two of you give us some journaling prompts. I'll put them in the chat.
Okay. The first one, and they don't have to use all 4 of these, right? They get to pick one of them. Okay. The first question is what that I would love to ask is, what is the true longing of my heart? What we're so busy getting things done and doing for other people and being who we're supposed to be in the world. Who am I really? What do I really, really want at the deepest, most sacred parts of my heart? So in
Love
simple,
that.
what does my heart really want? Yeah, you didn't ask for 2 paragraphs, did you?
No, that's fine. I said, I love that.
And then the second one, Fatima, are you ready with one?
Yes, I am.
Okay, do your first one and we'll come back to me.
Okay. So the song that is going to be playing while you are journaling is called Piano Rain. It's a song that has the piano as the main character. So when you listen, imagine the piano as yourself. If you feel the piano more soft or more quicker, whatever you feel, it's imagine that is your personality. And the rain is an element that appears in that song. And they are together, it's only 2 characters. So when you are with the rain, imagine a conversation with the rain. And I would like to bring a clue. My daughter says that she loves the rain because the rain allows the rainbow, and she loves rainbows. And she was appearing here, right? So imagine a conversation with the rain while you listen to the song. Imagine how you feel with the piano because the piano is yourself. If the piano is faster, imagine yourself feeling excited, for example. Whatever the piano is bringing to you, use that emotion as yourself and connect that relationship with the rain, as the rain is a specific element in your life.
Right. I'm
Lovely.
gonna. So tell me how would you word that as a prompt?
So you're the piano and the rain is someone else or something
Gotcha.
else. And what is the dialogue you are having according to the music?
I love that. And
Yes.
Lauren, I'm sorry, I confused you. I meant two prompts, one from each of you, so you don't have to come up
Oh,
with another one. No pressure.
awesome.
Sorry, I meant two prompts as in you give one and you give one.
Okay,
What is the
very good. Very
dialogue?
good. Very good.
All right. Okay, good. I put the two journaling prompts in the chat. I'm going to cue up the music. Just give me 1 second and I'll make sure that everybody can hear it.
So I'm interested while you're getting that done, and how many people are digital journalers? I am necessarily a digital journaler because I really can't carry around all of the books. I do keep one special paper journal with me this is like my sacred book that I journal special things in, but everyday journaling is done digitally. So, um,
I love to journal digitally, and I'm laughing because I just realized I wrote "You are the pain,"
you
not "You are the piano." Let me rewrite that. You are the piano, not the pain.
It's to rhyme with rain. I know.
That's good. You're the
I
pain
did
and your friend is
you.
the pain.
Gosh, I'm cracking up over here. So let's see, piece, paper. I'm more digital than I am on paper.
I'm
Yeah.
digital.
Yeah, and I was at a live one time where a teacher was telling people that they have to write with paper and pen, and I started not arguing, I disagreed. And I was like, "No, you can do it either way." And like you were just showing, now you have these great iPad, iPencil, whatever. I mean, you can do it. It feels to me like I'm writing on paper, but I was like, even if you typed it on a keyboard, it's still meaningful. My
It is,
entire Right.
yeah,
My entire first marriage, I did all my journaling on my computer. And that was like therapy for me, and I go back and I read that now and I'm like, wow, I'm like a completely different person than who I was then. And that journaling was so profound for me. So you do what works for you,
yeah.
whether
And you
it's
can do
digital
both.
or
There's like
paper.
different benefits. So like you can type way faster than you can write and you can get a lot
Yes,
of stuff out, but writing longhand forces you to slow down and process and be really,
exactly.
but so they're both great.
Exactly. And
Are you
I have my pretty journals too. I like to write once in a while in them, but primarily I would say I use digital, and I also because I like the privacy. Like I'm not
Yeah,
going to put anything in here that my husband might read. He's really good. He will not look at my stuff. If he left a diary laying around, I would read it. I'm
right.
nosy. I
And
admit it, and he knows that.
There is a website that I use for like 10 years that they analyze when you journal. You just write
Yes.
whatever you want. And then at the end, when you hit 750 words, they give you an analysis of what you said. If you spoke more in the I, in the you, or in the we, what kind of words you said, what was your mood, if you were positive or more critical or more thinker. So I love that also.
I
yeah,
love that too. I actually found an app like that. I've been using it on my phone, and you can either write or you can do audio. So, like, I'll do an audio journal entry. It writes everything for me, and after 3 entries, it'll give me an analysis. I love that. Love it. That's I'm laughing because
yes, you're not
was it
allowed to
you?
tell us.
Was it Melanie says that's why he's a digital journaler too? No, Melanie, he does not. My husband's not techie at all. He would put everything down. He doesn't journal, period. But he knows better than to leave anything laying around that I might see.
Right.
So
There-
let me scroll back to the journaling prompts because I know we probably lost them a little here. Number one, what is the true longing of my heart? I will type it again.
Okay. I-
And we're gonna go a little over half hour this time, so you'll have to forgive me. This is, we're getting started. What is the true longing of my heart? And number two, whoops, let me scroll back.
I can write it here. Do you want me to write?
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Hmm.
going to get the music started and I will keep an eye on the time. No music, huh? Okay, let me try something else. Hang on.
I have someone here looking. So while Violet is trying to put the music, is everyone ready to start journaling? Ready. Everyone here on the chat saying ready. Okay, she's helping. I have an assistant here supporting with a moment.
Sorry. I'll get it, don't worry. Can you hear anything yet?
You can put it louder a little bit.
Louder? Okay. And all right, I'm pausing it for a minute. Is it not working through the speaker or is it working? I had to use the speaker. It's not working through OBS for some reason. Did I mute?
There is the suppression. So when the sound is really low, the
Goes away.
goes away.
Yeah. Okay, I was afraid of.
Even louder a little bit and closer to the microphone, closer to the speaker, maybe.
Let me try putting using a difference.
Something I can do.
Oops, wait, sorry.
If you want. I don't know, but let me see. Oh, tenho cabo para aí.
Oh.
Can you hear?
Yes.
Can you hear this?
Yes.
Good. good. So this is my piano. I can play in real time.
Okay, perfect. Better, even better. Yes.
So I can just play. I just need
Yes, even better. I prefer that.
the cable. Well, then we need rain. Oh, it's in the car, my rain stick. Okay,
I
my
have a rain stick, but I don't know if I'm coordinated enough to make it sound right.
the microphone. It should not be from the microphone. So I'm going to let me see, because the piano is connected direct, it's not through the microphone. Let me see if you can see this. Can you hear well?
Yes. Sounds beautiful.
Are we starting then?
Yes, please.
So for the prompt 2, there is no piano, there is no rain, but you can still imagine a conversation with someone, right?
Absolutely. That was beautiful. Thank you. I'm sorry about the sound. We will figure it out next time.
Was so beautiful, Fatima. And it was actually easy to do both of the prompts at the same time. Do you see what I mean? That the character of the piano, because so the longing of my heart is to have surety, and confidence in every decision that I make, and to be able to flow through life as that piano flowed, just so bright and confident and smooth and happy. That was fun. Thank you.
That was beautiful.
Interesting. Someone is saying that it's raining. It's raining here too. If I was closer to the door, you could hear the rain. It's raining here too.
It's fabulous.
Very nice. Love that. All right, so I would like for you, Fatima, since you just played that beautiful music, to share how music works with, how it can help people with journaling, how it works with your emotions, whatever you want to say about your music, 'cause I love your music.
There are so many things. This song that I just played is called Candle Glare. And because of Violet, I just created a playlist of my album Relaxing Piano Meditations, because all the songs are here on Inside Timer, but not the Candle Glare. That is the one I played now, and that is going to be very soon. The way the album was created, this specific one, is like the piano is the main character. And each song has a meaning. It can be forgiveness. It can be communication. There is one that is called hygge. That's a Denmark word for feeling cozy. Or there is mom song that brings the strength of being a mom, and the way we can be so resilient when we engage with that feeling. So each song not only has the piano there, but as a main character, but it has elements that bring us reflections. So for example, the rain was one of them, about the powerful mastermind between both, and the way the rain, I had clients saying that when they hear meditations with rain, they want to pee. But this only happens with some of them. Others they love, like Violet was saying she loves. So, everyone has different triggers according to the instruments I'm playing. There are people that really love piano. There is one of the songs, Autumn Love, that is in the forest, and it has a flute, in the middle of the forest with lots of reverb. So you feel like you are in the forest. And the way each instrument triggers something on yourself, it brings emotions, and emotions bring different kind of reflections. So when you are journaling, if you don't have any music, but you just do a mindfulness practice, like listening to whatever is happening, and you journal about that, and you journal about how that makes you feel. Imagine that your neighbor is doing a weird noise, and you start journaling. I don't like this noise, but maybe this can turn into, something else. Maybe this reminds me about that, or maybe this makes me go back to my childhood, and we start going back and checking on specific things from the past. So not only we have the emotional part, and if I'm playing a well-known song, imagine that I start playing now Wonderful World. I always play that one in my lives because it's, very, very beautiful, and everybody knows that song. When I'm playing Wonderful World, which kind of memories are back to you? When we work with people with Alzheimer and we start playing these songs that they really love, it triggers a part in their brain, in the memory zone, where it can really bring even more things from the past. More than that, we have music with specific frequencies. For example, the 432 hertz, for example. And when you are listening to that kind of frequency, your body is receiving a specific alignment, is very connected, is very in harmony with your body vibration. So you might also feel tingling sensations on your body when you are listening to that kind of music, for example, and you might journal about that, or you might just journal how lighter you are becoming, or you can just bring a mantra and just journal about that. So you can do anything, and I could be here speaking for an hour about this. So I'm trying to be very short, but anything, even just the silence, is a beautiful inspiration, a beautiful prompt for journaling. And I mean, for example, how do I feel with silence? What does silence make me feel? Do I feel comfortable? Do I feel anxious with silence? How did I used to feel before, and how am I feeling now? Because maybe when I lived in the city, I would feel something, and now that I live in the countryside, the silence has a different meaning for me. So anything is a trigger, a prompt for you and your body and your emotions.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Lauren, did you want to add anything?
No, that was brilliant. I used to play piano when I was much younger and really regret that I let that go. But yeah, um, music is like the universal language, and we all have a very unique response to it. So it's so powerful.
I see a question from MP. I don't like journaling. What do you do about that?
Oh, um, well, then don't do it.
That's the best solution, right? We're
Right.
not forcing you.
I would ask why you don't like it. I would start from there because does it trigger something on you, or do you feel that you don't like the pen, or do you like, because for example, you can journal now writing on the keyboard and you don't have to hang the pencil, for example. So what makes you feel that you don't like journaling?
And also, MP, do you like drawing? Because I know a lot of people will doodle instead of writing. Is there something else that you like? Do you like talking? Would you like to record notes? You're not sure.
Yes.
No,
So, and
try different things.
the next question is what if she were to overcome, if she made herself journal, what would she be trying to accomplish? And is there another way to accomplish that isn't
That's a
journal?
great question. Yeah. Like, are you looking to journal as a way of meditation or, you know, what is your goal? Because you don't have to journal. I mean, I'm not going to do something I don't like. Yeah, that was a great question.
And if anyone has any other question also.
Yeah, please. If you have any other questions, throw them into the chat. Going forward, I'm going to try to do these about a half hour. It's never going to be a half hour because I love to talk. Once
Yeah.
once people get going, I love to keep it going too. And
So can I just jump in real quick? Because
sure,
this is a brilliant opportunity for you to do self-discovery and
yes,
self-reflection because you said, I don't like journaling. Have a conversation with yourself. Let two facets of yourself sit down to this conversation and say, tell me more about that. Why don't you like journaling? What don't you like about it? How does it make you feel? And then, maybe write down the things that are coming up for you and see if suddenly you do like journaling because all of a sudden that's what you're doing. But yeah, the learning about yourself, there's no wrong way to do it. And answering this question for yourself is fabulous. I like it very
and
much.
Fatima, thank you for your donation. You're so sweet. I just saw her donation. I just wanted to mention that I normally donate my donations to animal rescues. And with everything that's going on in California, there's a couple of places that are obviously rescuing animals, which is where I'm putting this month's donations to. So thank you for that. I get, donations every now and then, and I love sharing them with my animal rescues. And Melanie says, can we send Melinda healing energy and love? Yeah, absolutely. Is Melinda in the chat? I didn't see her, but oh, there you are. Oh gosh, I just saw you. I was going to say, yes, Melinda, we are all sending you lots of love and healing energy. I know that I don't want to get into a lot of detail. If you want to share, I know you recently went through a procedure and um, yeah, we're sending you lots of love and lots of healing prayers and hearts.
And light and love.
Absolutely. Julie says, I mostly journal about self-reflections and thoughts on paper. And some beautiful thoughts too. I know because Julie and I have had a conversation. Yeah, sending lots of love to California. Speaking of California, Melanie Underwood and I, who is in the chat, if you don't know already, we're doing Ask Your Guides in, oh, what is it, about 4 hours from now? We're going to be doing Ask Your Guides where we invite a bunch of teachers to come on with us. And we decided that today we wanted to dedicate some of that time to doing a meditation and some prayers for what's going on in California. We're definitely sending them a lot of love. That's such a devastating situation. And Catherine Ramadi, who actually lives in California, will be with us as well. She's going to do a beautiful closing meditation that she shared last night. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm glad you'll be there, Marie. I hope all of you can join us there as well. And does anybody else have any questions? Fatima, Lauren, does anybody want to add anything?
I would like to add, sometimes when we feel uncomfortable with something and we don't know why, I usually I try to go back to the childhood of that person and try to understand from, for example, their parents or from their childhood routine, what happened that could maybe trigger that. So, for example, if someone doesn't like journaling, the kind of questions we can do is, were you forced to write when you were a kid? Did your teacher beat you when you were not doing something right? Was someone complaining about your phone type or your typing, right? The way you are typing, or there are so many things that can trigger that. And then suddenly you realize, maybe I'm just uncomfortable with this because my teacher complained about my typing. And because of that, I don't like seeing my letter. And maybe I can just start by writing the word love. And when you start writing the word love, just a single word, you try to go. Lauren said the word freedom, which is my word for this year, and you try to release, any strings that are attaching you to those memories on the past, and you try to come into the present and feeling, maybe just writing word love is beautiful, and then you start writing something else and another mantra, and
you might find that you love it, right? It's interesting that you brought that up because I was actually telling Melanie that I spoke Spanish exclusively until I was 5. I didn't learn English until I started school, but because English became my primary language, I started to not forget my Spanish, but not use it as much. And my brother and my dad used to harass me if I pronounced things wrong. So that made me not want to speak Spanish because I was embarrassed. And Tom Evans, who's another teacher here, asked me if I would do some of his meditations in Spanish. And I was like, sure. So I did. And I found that I loved speaking that language so much, like I've missed it. And it's taken that fear away from me, that fear of like, oh, I'm going to say something, I'm not going to pronounce it right, I'm not going to. So you never know if you, for whatever reason, have suppressed it, let it out and try it. You might find that you love it, just like, I have found that love for that language that I knew from birth, was the first language I ever spoke. So that was a great point. I love that. See that little mini me back there.
You want to say hi?
All right. Melinda says, I had cervical spine surgery in Santa Monica on Monday. Wow. So you were near those fires. One of the fires is very close to the hospital. I'm in Camarillo now, and with your big metal brace, at least it has padding, and is more comfortable to sleep with. You're at your sister-in-law's house. Okay. Oh, yeah, we're sending you a lot of love and a lot of healing. That's gotta be hard. And that must have been a little scary being in a hospital so close to those fires. And we're so happy to hear that you are safe. Misty says, thank you. Was getting caught up in the hustle and bustle this morning. Good. I'm glad you needed this. And I need it too. This is a break in my work day. I'm actually working. But I was like, I get a lunch hour, so I'm going to do this on my break. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. And before we go, I also want to ask Fatima and Lauren to share with everybody, anything that you might have coming up, or lives, or tracks, courses, because I want to make sure that everybody follows these fabulous teachers as well.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
I have a live coming up on the 13th at 4:15 London time for the full moon.
Awesome.
Uh, yeah.
And I have a live coming this Sunday. It's a full moon sound bath. And I believe the tuning forks is on Monday. So
Nice.
I feel if you follow any of our profiles, we have our events there. There's a section called events where you
Oh,
have.
and you have a retreat too. I saw that pop
Oh,
up.
thank you.
Please
Yeah,
mention your retreat. That sounds beautiful. I wish I lived closer.
oh, I have a sound healing retreat in May from May 1st to 4th, from Thursday to Sunday. It's a 4-day retreat. It will be for sound healing, regarding sound healing. We will have sound baths every day. We'll have guided meditation with some sound triggers, let's say that way, some sound design, jam session. There will be a tuning fork session in person to each one. Healthy meals, a beautiful and inspiring place here in Portugal. Really, really beautiful in the nature. So it's a lovely moment to really retreat and be involved in the sound frequencies.
Awesome. I just saw Blossom Violet is in the chat. My twin, we share a name. I wanted to say hello, and I also want to say that Blossom Violet's going to figure out this music thing, because we're gonna come on here and do music. She'll do music, we'll do journaling. So we'll figure it out. This was our first try. We'll figure out the sound. But I wanted to thank you, Fatima, and thank you, Lauren, for coming on, and like I said, being the pioneers in this new project, my joy project, I like to call it, that I'm doing, because I love journaling and I get so many questions about how to journal. And I thought we'll do it for 52 weeks and and this is a lot for me, because as most of you know, my introvert self, if I go live once a week, I'm like, I need to decompress. I'm doing this twice today. So far, so good. Again, like to step out of my box. So this is good.
Well, we
Yes, she did
appreciate
play music, Blossom Violet, and
Plus, it's
it
still
worked. It worked. I couldn't play it. I tried to play it as a track. She played it live and it did work.
live. It was lovely. Yeah.
yeah. I'm just not sure if the quality is really good on that side, but
We
yes.
made do. It was beautiful. Thank you, Melinda. I can do it. I can do it. You all have built up my confidence. So without a doubt, I'm not
And
as
I would
afraid as I used to be.
And I would like to add for you, Violet, that for anyone here, it's beautiful to have someone really supporting the teachers and
Oh,
bringing them together and bringing them in mastermind with everyone and
thank
putting
you.
them together, because when we are doing lives, usually we are alone, like in our own screen here, and it's a blessing. So yeah, the reason why I feel it is so important, Violet, is that you are really bringing a
Oh, thank you.
beautiful, a magical thing here. And for example, putting together me and Lauren, we have different backgrounds, but we are bringing a different light than if I was alone or if she was alone. So it's beautiful. It's like making a fruit salad, but with different fruit every time, and you get to really enjoy different flavors, in each life. And people
I
get to
love that.
also see another face from us, because I'm always playing. I try to not speak that much, and it's a different way for them to see us. So I really appreciate your work, and I admire the way you are putting your time on promoting everyone's work on Inside Timer.
Thank you so much. When I was a user for so many years, I was in love with the work of all these teachers. Like I said to Lauren, I used to watch her. I was listening to your music, and I always thought, wow, how can we, like, I wanted to find a way to bring that together. And I wanted to be a teacher to be a part of this, but I didn't know what to do because I'm a data analyst. I mean, I'm a tech person. But then I thought, well, you know what? I'll use my tech because I can figure anything out when it comes to computers. I'm like, I'll use my tech and I'll do this. So I'm really happy doing this because I wanted more. So by giving you more, I got more out of it too, you know? So I love it. Thank you so much for saying that. Thank
Yes,
you, Melinda.
I echo everything that Fatima said, and we're so grateful and appreciative of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, everybody, we're going to end our live. I'm going to get back to work for a little while, and then I'm going to be back 7 p.m. Eastern for Ask Your Guides with our bigger group, different group. And we'll be back next week for the journaling. I haven't set up the schedule yet because I'm trying to figure out how to work it into the schedule. And I'm putting out one track every week. So it just got approved. Week 2 just got approved today. So I'm going to figure out what we're going to do with week 2 and what day and all that. But if you follow me, it'll alert you when I schedule it. I should schedule it some point this weekend. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Blossom Violet, my twinnie, who lends me all of her piano music. All right. I love you too. Bye-bye, everybody.